Got a new video from Shoe on Head. This is the male loser epidemic. So, for the next 30 minutes, we're about to get lectured by a potential pick-me girl? Nah. Is that unfair? I don't know. All I'm saying is, I'm not making videos titled, The Femoid Loser Epidemic. I just don't think she has an audience of girls. That's all I'm saying.
Sorry I've been gone for quite a bit. Hopefully nothing too crazy happened. I feel like every time I take a break, like, a war breaks out or something, but thankfully that did not happen. But at least we found out the real Epstein files were the friends we made along the way.
I mean, we already covered that. That's the beauty of slop. There's not a single story, cultural, relevant topic that we miss.
Welcome back to the Shoe on Head channel. If it is your first time here, run. I am Shoe on Head, and on this channel I like to cover cultural issues, mostly surrounding men's issues. It's what I've been doing for over a decade, and frankly, I'm exhausted. Many of you have been along for the ride, and you have seen me go from a chipper, lively, 24-year-old—
That's like a broken tech. Being a girl talking about men's issues.
making fun of BuzzFeed and Tumblr feminists, to a bitter, calloused 34-year-old talking about very real and growing men's issues.
Dude, I'm so young. I'm just a stallion in the meadows. 27? I thought I was unk status. 34?
One of the main men's issues I have been covering in great detail lately has been the male loneliness epidemic. Yeah, but turns out I was wrong. We don't have a male loneliness epidemic. We have a male loser epidemic. It's not a male loneliness epidemic. No, it's a male mediocrity epidemic. It's a male loser epidemic.
The male loser epidemic has gotten so bad.
Am I about to get rage baited? See, there's a problem on two fronts here. One, this is going to be bottom of the barrel generalizations about men from TikTok girls, right? And the other is going to be Shoe on Head running defense for the boys. But here's the thing. A lot of boys don't deserve defense being ran for them because, to be honest, there's a bunch of losers out there.
That it's honestly so pathetic at this point.
With all these issues men are facing, they seem to be moving to the right and the Republicans more, since the left and Democrats have essentially just become the young men eat and die movement. Months ago, I covered how the Democratic Party was losing young men, and I predicted Kamala Harris would lose in part because of young men overwhelmingly voting for Trump. And I was correct. Well, now the Democrats have—
I voted for Kamala. I just thought that she really represented my issues, and my voice was being heard for the first time.
Failed their final solution to the right-wing male loser epidemic. Democrats spending millions to learn how to speak to American men and win back the working class. Democrats have blown millions of dollars on efforts to appeal to American men who turned to President Donald Trump in droves on Election Day in hopes of winning back the working class. Democrats have spent $20 million on their efforts, with donors and strategists holing up in luxury hotel rooms, brainstorming how to convince working class men to return to the party.
How do we get the Joe Rogan of the left? Oh wait, you already had him. You just scared him away.
Ah yes, nothing more relatable to working class men than luxury hotel rooms. Great job, guys. The plan? Codename Sam.
I'm not even a working class man. I'm just like a techno-feudal aristocrat.
Or Speaking with American Men, a strategic plan, promises to use the funds to study the syntax, language, and
I exist outside of slug-society.
Content that gains attention and virality in these spaces. The effort also recommends Democrats buy advertisement in video games, among other things. The Democratic Party is treating young men like exotic animals they're studying.
I'm actually the smartest person I know.
Now, as you can see here is the young man in his natural habitat, in a dark, messy cave.
I mean, why would you watch other streamers cope when you can watch us win? That's what I don't understand. Like, you're literally looking at somebody who benched over 225 as a fucking teenager. Okay? Like, I don't... There's just levels to this shit. But since there's a lot of slugs out there, they need a slug father to look up to. I'm speaking in general. I'm not even talking about Asmongold. It's just like... God, I'm
surrounded by Taco Bell wrappers and empty Mountain Dew bottles. Here is another young man, as you can see, also dwelling in a dark cave. This one has dyed his hair blue to scare off potential predators. Unfortunately, it also scares off potential mates, but moving on, here is another...
That's Nux Taku. Yeah, he's a VTuber.
Young man, we think. We're not quite sure about this one. We're still stuck.
Yeah, we literally don't know. I mean, that could be an obese woman. It's just crazy. She's not going to play Philion because we're just moving in silence over here. Real G's like lasagna. I mean, God, just give it enough time. The Third Eye Global Runway Vision's looking fucking beautiful. I got to put my soy blockers on. That's crazy. I mean, I'm looking at too much fucking low testosterone, bug bar adjacent goon pod people.
It. Listen, Democrats, instead of spending $20 million to do that stupid maybe you should, I don't know, actually listen to men. I listen to men for free all the time. All I have to do is read my comment section. Let's see here. Shoe on Head is a perfect example of why we need to repeal the 19th. Greetings from Albania. I hate women so much.
Yeah, it must feel good having an army of incels.
It's unreal. Ooh, shoo, mommy, milkies, mommy.
I feel like he stole that from me. I mean, that's literally a Philion deep cut.
Mommy. One time I got my penis stuck in a soda bottle. Okay, on second thought, maybe my comment section is not the best source.
Since Trump scored big with young male voters last election, Democrats are spending $20 million to learn how to speak their language. I think it's a waste of money. Maybe these guys should spend their money on teaching men to not be such sexists. Maybe that's it.
But the stats don't bear that out now that
I know a guy, IRL, who's 400 pounds and is a VTuber with a tiny anime girl as his avatar, and people send him money. It's so ogre. Many such cases.
Look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of young women out there that want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to have stable families. But there are a lot of young men out there who want to live in...
I mean, as Jordan Peterson says, a 17-year-old is not an attractive creature. As a man, think about it. You have pimples, you have no money, no capital, no bitches, and you think you're ready to settle down? Bucko, you didn't even clean your fucking room.
Mama's basement and ordered DoorDash.
Oh no.
I mean, listen, limo food goes hard. I don't really know what to tell you. Oh, it's raining outside? Perfect time to have an immigrant deliver me food.
The very night I was sitting on...
That's a tweet, okay? You're either with the high-level memes or you're going to get one-shotted by my abrasive edgelord humor.
My couch, writing the script to my video about how the Democrats are spending $20 million to relate to young men.
And that's not even level 1 of my fucking dungeon.
And this came on my TV on Fox News. A Tommy Lahren and Laura Ingraham segment about stay-at-home sons, men who still live at home. Literally minutes after this aired, it went absolutely viral on Twitter for not good reasons. So we are going to unpack this piece by piece. Because even though everyone was mocking it and making fun of it, as far as I saw, nobody was really dissecting it and breaking down exactly why she was so egregiously wrong. So come join me in debunking...
I mean, living at home can definitely be a strategic tech to save money. For sure.
The male loser epidemic. Because who else better equipped to talk...
But if you're living at home, not helping out and not benching 225, it couldn't be more over for you.
Talk about men's issues than two stupid blonde bimbos. Hold on one second. 3 stupid blonde bimbos. Sorry. I felt left out. Alright, let's go. Wait. I need my gamer fuel. See? I do drink it. That one's for you, Tectone.
It's a major problem. And you know, Speaker Johnson has
Why don't I get a shout out, bro? That's crazy. I'm just getting mogged by other streamers.
Talking about those maybe deadbeat folks that are on Medicaid, and maybe some of those folks are the stay-at-home sons. We don't know. But I'll tell you this, leave it to Gen Z to rebrand laziness and social awkwardness.
Woman out here expecting a millionaire? I don't think that's true. There's this idea that men have to be fully complete on their main and side quests in order to like attract a woman, but that's just like, that couldn't be further from the truth.
As something cutesy, like a stay-at-home son. But Laura, I gotta tell you, this is also a big problem when...
Hey, just because I like to be around my mother, okay? while she fries up chicken cutlets. That's a problem?
It comes to, I think, declining birth rates, people not getting married and having children. You know, that's a big problem. They blame it on women. Well, look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of young women out there that want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to have stable families. But there are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash. And that's why we have declining birth rates and a lot of other problems in society. It's time to go out, get a job, breathe the fresh air, meet people in real life.
Like, I don't even tip male waiters. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, go hit the oil rig, bro. Start laying brick. Me tipping another man, that's kind of gay. That's kind of sus.
Let's just get back to basics.
So first of all, this stay-at-home son thing is not a real thing. It was a random throwaway, self-deprecating joke some contestant on Jeopardy said. One f***ing guy. Because I guess there's nothing else important going on that they could cover on the news. They literally made this into a fake phenomena so they can shit on young men. Meanwhile, Democrats are spending millions.
What is the 1099 up top? That's the amount of subs we have over on Kick. You guys don't know, we're multi-streaming right now. Kick.com/Philion. Why Kick? Don't even make me bring up the shareholder deck. You know what? I'll do it because it's going to get clipped into a video anyway, okay? Here at Third Eye Global, we stay strapped and prepared for any single question, comment, concern, because we're professionals here, okay? Please see the Third Eye Global shareholder meeting deck, page 4. 95.5 rev split, no ad, screen goes hard. CEO is not a turbo gooner.
Of dollars trying to win back young men. Oh no, the young men are leaving us in droves. How do we get them back? Don't worry, I got this. Hey, you fat, lazy, Cheeto dust covered slobs, f you. Nice. Thanks. I love you.
I mean, that works when it's coming from somebody like Andrew Tate. You ever think about that? Because harsh life advice carries aesthetic values. If a high testosterone alpha male tells you to do something, if you're a slug, you're gonna have more weight on that than, say, a morbidly obese, blue-haired fat chick. Why? I don't make the rules.
I love you too. Is the amount of young men living home with their parents increasing? Yes. Is it because they're lazy bums and just want to order DoorDash all day? No. And also, they're not paying for DoorDash, Tommy. They're financing it. Come on.
If you're not Klarna-ing your Chipotle burritos, are you even min-maxing?
Get with the times.
There are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash. And that's why we have declining birth rates. It's time to go out, get a job, breathe the fresh air.
Have either of you tried applying for a job as a young man recently? Or tried buying a house on the salary of one of these young men? Have you experienced the dating market, been on the dating sites as a young man? No? Interesting, okay. Just wondering.
Yeah, but all that's a skill issue. See, when you say things are hard, when you say things are difficult, I say, okay, I'm going to strategize, I'm going to plan, I'm going to organize, I'm going to get right. I'm going to attack ruthlessly. I'm not going to be a victim. No shot.
Listen, I know the average age of a Fox News viewer is like
But that's me.
70 nowadays, and you need to pander to them. But Tommy, you were like 2 years younger than me. You know this shit isn't true. Why are you talking like this? Why are you talking like a f***ing boomer? I'm sorry, I have no other word for this, but I hate this like generational pick-me shit. I was born in the wrong generation. I'm not like those other young people. And you know what? She's not like those other young people. Not all young people can afford a nice nose job and lip filler and get a cushy job on Fox News based entirely on merit, I'm sure. The main problem with this brain-dead boomer-ass take is not only is it cringe, but it's completely divorced from reality. This slop is specifically designed for people who
She said the word. She said slop.
paid like $5 for a f***ing house. And listen, not all boomers, okay? My parents are boomers. They are lovely people. A lot of you guys are boomers. But when the baby boomer
Let's
generation...
see these analytics.
Parents are boomers. They are lovely people. A lot of you guys are...
Kind of looks like mine, to be honest.
boomers, but when the baby boomer generation sends its people, it is not sending their best. They are not sending you. They're sending people who have lots of problems. They're bringing the housing crisis. They're bringing wage stagnation. They're falling for AI-generated photos on Facebook. But some, I assume, are good people. But my god, I truly believe they do not understand how good they had it. They could support a family on a single
I don't give a fuck what the boomers had, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and just whine about how it was so easy for them. That doesn't affect my life. I spawned in, I gotta get the best gear, the best talents, the best gems, and I need to start questing.
income. A single income from a job that didn't require a college degree. Their leaders didn't prostitute away their economic future for some cheap plastic shit from China. They inherited the greatest economy known to man, and they pretend it's a paradise that they earned. I just don't understand, like, why don't boomers and spiritual boomers like Tommy Lauren see people struggling and go, wow, I wish I could fix this. They should have it better than I had it. And you wonder why so many millennials and zoomers don't want kids. I want to make the world a better place for my children.
We're dinks. Dual income, no kids. You know what? I'm going to bring this up again because I think it's one of my most genius comments ever. Or rather, stream of consciousnesses. This is what scares me the most. Postmodern 401k maxing minimalist, 2 Toyotas in the driveway, healthy retirement fund, going out to dinner once a week, dinks. Millennial chungus, marvelification of soy society, yes honey, sit in the cuck chair, happy wife, happy life, Apple Music subscription, that's not in our budget, hubby, partner, Ray Dunn, longhouse, significant other, fluorescent lighting, Peloton, Amazon furniture, I love science.
I want to make the world a better place for my children. Ugh. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you spoiled brat. Children. Not happening.
Well, look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men.
Young men are becoming lazy because they're becoming feminized.
I mean, have you seen the average man, bro? It's not looking good for us. And listen, I like masculinity as a concept and an ideology. Definitely need it, for sure. However, there is a complete rejection of the Sisyphean boulder shouldering by the modern man, okay? No responsibilities. They want life on easy mode. They complain. They're victim maxers. They're looking for somebody to blame, whether it's boomers, women, or themselves, okay? I'm just sick of it. I don't empathize with it. It's rather simple. Start benching. At least 225. No, I say that in jest, but in actuality, it'll teach you a couple things. One of them being delayed gratification, right? Working out for men is just unparalleled. Why? Because it's the inbuilt physical system that teaches you suffering equals meaning. Viktor Frankl speaks of this in Man's Search for Meaning. Yukio Mishima speaks of this in Sun and Steel. C.S. Lewis speaks of this. Every great man speaks of this.
Oh, they're becoming lazy because they act more like women? What did she mean by this, chat? I know there's like a decrease in testosterone or something happening, but men are moving right-wing all over the world. Does that correlate with the feminization? Or, I mean, there are suspiciously a lot of far-right femboys, so maybe.
That's because if you can't get a girlfriend, an option for a lot of these fucking freakazoid twinks is to become the girlfriend, okay? God. It's never actually been easier to get ahead.
But here's the thing, Tammy. There is absolutely no evidence that young women want to start families more than young men. None. In fact, all the data says the exact f***ing opposite. According to Pew Research, 64% of women younger than 50 say they just don't want to have children. No reason, they just don't want them. Versus 50% of men who say the same. Another study by Archbridge Institute shows the same. 63% of women without children said they have no desire to have a child, while only 50% of men said the same. For men, the most commonly cited factor was personal finance, but among women, the strongest reason not to have a child was their desire to maintain their personal independence. Basically, they don't want to—
Oh, it's a postmodern dystopian nightmare out here, bucko!
give up their brunch and mimosas. They've been ass blasted with propaganda their whole lives, telling them their lives will be ruined, their bodies will be ruined, they'll never have fun again, they'll be miserable forever if they have children. And as someone who has had a children, best decision I've ever made. 10/10, highly recommend, would do it again. But yes, this idea that men are the ones primarily responsible for the low birth rates is laughable. We're laughing over here. But honestly, it's not really women or men's fault. There are a lot of factors that play into this. But Tommy, I really gotta ask.
I don't know, dude. I'm just not too concerned about the birth rate as a whole. It's like if you find someone you love and you want to have children with them, sure. Like, yeah, go for it. It's probably one of the most profound things you can do on this earth, biologically speaking. However, like, what other people do with their, you know what, we don't have to go there.
Is it men or is it you?
This is going to be the summer of canceling boys. All of my friends are attractive. All of my friends are successful. All of my friends have something going on. Almost every single one of them have an issue with men. But if all of these women, including myself, are having issues, then I have to think, it might not be us. It might be you. It is not just the guys in Los Angeles, Nashville, Dallas, and they're not any better in the Midwest. Quite frankly, I think they're trash all over this country.
My friends are successful. Men don't give a shit about that. They'd marry a Walmart cashier if she was nice to them.
I think men...
That is such a hyper-specific Twitter 4chan incel adjacent comment. How do I know that? Because I've seen that exact meme template before.
between the ages of 20 and 30 are not ready, in most cases, for marriage, are usually not ready to be husbands and fathers.
That's a cultural issue. So, look,
No, I would actually, back to your point, I think it's a biological thing.
So let me get this straight. Men are all trash and won't commit and won't leave mommy's basement, and they're destroying the birth rates. But also young men are biologically incapable of commitment and being parents. What? But wait, there's more! She also believes women don't have to bring anything to the table.
And as a woman, I want a strong man who is a protector and a provider that will go to war if need be, that will protect me, protect my family, make money. But I don't think a man needs to get something out of it to be a manly man, a protector and a provider. If you think you need to get something out of it, I quite frankly don't.
Look at all these fucking slugs, bro. Not one of these people benches 225.
Consider you a real man.
Never before in history have women demanded so much and offered so little. So before we get deeper into this retarded, manufactured, stay-at-home son narrative, let's check the Facebook comments of this Fox News video, because I am really interested to see what, like, the typical Fox News viewer thinks about this. If the women are anything like these two, I can hardly blame the men for staying home and not wanting to date them. Blame, blame, blame. These two women have a combined age of 93 and they have 0 children between both of them. You both have repugnant personality types, so listening to this was like male birth control to me. My goodness! Boomers are ruthless! Bunch of sissies. I served 6 years, 2 years in Southeast Asia after Vietnam was over. When I was 18, rent was $450 and I could afford to get my own place. She's so spot on. Nothing screams I'm a loser run from me than a guy living at home in his parents' house with his 12-year-old boy's bedroom decor at age of 30. Thank God we raised our sons to be men, who grew up, lived on their own, found their soulmate, got married, bought a beautiful home, and started a family. I was out the door at 18, worked on the assembly line at Dodge and in the Air Force at 19, never went back home. I can't relate to this. Yes, we know you people can't relate. We know. But the world has changed. Why can't you people get this through your heads? I will never let myself—
Are these even real comments, bro? I swear to God, this is just dead internet.
Stay home. I'm trying to push them out of the nest. Okay, I really gotta ask, is this an Anglo thing? Immediately kicking your kid out when they turn 18 years old? My Mediterranean mind cannot comprehend this. And honestly, why the f would a man leave home, leave his mother's cooking, for a woman who probably can't cook? Not me though,
So true.
Personally, I can cook amazing homemade meals. I'll have you know I am a great trad wife.
Dude, this is so quirk chungus.
Bone apple teeth. Now, unfortunately, Tommy Lauren wasn't the only one pushing this stupid, lazy
Oh my Reddit.
young men go get a job bullshit. Mike Johnson
Get it, guys? Because it was dinosaur nuggets?
did it referencing 29-year-old men playing video games all day. Steve Scalise did it with 35-year-old men playing video games all day. And just the other night, I saw this on my TV. Again.
A Wall Street Journal headline got our attention. The new dream job for young men, stay-at-home son. It's a phrase that's taken off since 27-year-old Brendan Leo won $59,000 on Jeopardy. And he has a master's degree in political science, but he's unemployed. Grow up, get a job, get a wife, build a family.
Just get a wife, bro. Just get a job, bro.
Oh, get a job? Yeah. Just get a job? Why don't I strap on my job helmet and squeeze down into a job cannon and fire off into Jobland, where jobs grow on jobbies?
The term welfare queen must have fell out of fashion with Republicans, because it seems even they know the approved safe demographic to go after now.
News anchors are just corporate slop streamers, always have been. Once you realize that our entire soy society is just slop, life starts to look a whole lot better. Grass is just that much greener.
Because it's very obvious what demographic they are talking about when they say young men in their basements playing video games. This just get a
I literally did that for 5 hours today.
job lazy attitude is not surprising, but it's especially funny coming from Fox News of all places. Fox News that spends so much time yapping about immigrants taking American jobs. Fox News will talk for years about how Americans are being screwed.
I'm just not going to take anyone's advice that can't bench press more than me. That's like the first parameter. The next is like, can he take me in a fight? Probably not.
Out of the workforce. But when this issue manifests itself in Gen Z, suddenly it's a moral failure. The fact is, a lot of American jobs held by men are being lost to automation, offshoring, and yes, cheap foreign labor. Companies and billionaires would rather have cheap labor that they can essentially abuse, not pay fair wages to, just good little worker drones who won't unionize, rather than hire American workers for a living wage. The cheaper the labor they hire, the more money they make. I remember when Bernie Sanders called open borders a Koch brothers conspiracy.
Open borders?
Open borders.
That's a
Billionaires and oligarchs.
Koch brothers proposal, which says essentially there is no United States.
But it would make a lot of the global poor richer, wouldn't it?
And it'd make everybody in America poor. Then you're doing away with the concept of a nation state.
Where'd that guy go? A lot of these jobs being taken are jobs traditionally held by men, like construction and factory jobs, manual labor work. But it's not just manual labor jobs, it's also the tech industry and business industry, which are careers also mainly held by men. There are many, many examples of this, such as Microsoft.
I don't know, this kind of seems like a skill issue.
Microsoft recently cutting thousands of American workers while requesting 14,000 more H-1B workers this year. Some of those job positions include data scientists, which are 70% men, software developers, which are 80%.
You need to realize that probably about 95% of jobs in the first place are fake. And that's just a fact.
Men, and electronic engineers, which are 90% men, and many more like that. Another example of this was Tesla, where roughly 15,000 American employees were fired in April 2024, and many were replaced with H-1B visa holders. On Twitter, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy tried to chalk this up to these immigrants just simply—
Yeah, this was a huge deal a couple months ago. All the H-1B Indians are stealing our jobs.
Being the best and the brightest. Yeah, okay. You're paying them less for longer hours and more work, and they're willing to deal with it in order to stay in the country. It's coercive, exploitative, and, dare I say, not—
Nick with the 10. We have a male and female loser epidemic. End of discussion. Women do the exact same thing as men. So many of them are gooners, simps, and addicts living at home themselves. They just don't get labeled. Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, we just have a slug problem. There's a actual lack of passion, energy, and zest for life. A lot of people are just doomers because times are tough. I get it. But you have two options: build or bust. Some people choose to build, others choose to bust. Here at Third Eye Global, we build like little ants, okay? Lock the fuck in, stop complaining, and we're gonna get through this.
Very America first. When conservatives confronted Elon Musk for this last year, he told somebody, and I quote, "Take a big step back and yourself in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend. So when it comes to replacing American workers in manual labor with cheap foreign labor, it's deport, deport, deport. But when it comes to replacing his American workers with cheap foreign labor, it's yourself in the face. Interesting. There's also affirmative action and DEI, which are other things Fox News always pisses and shits about, but suddenly—
I love DEI. I love how World of Warcraft has a mage in a wheelchair.
when the conversation is about Gen Z men, the demographic of people who are victims of these things, suddenly these things just like don't exist anymore. Then it's
Over 300 viewers. Bro Slop Truff is finally attracting the pigs. What a dedicated farmer. I'm just doing my job out here. I mean, I'm just providing the slop to the troughs and the pigs are eating.
oh, young men are all just lazy. They just want to be in their parents' basement ordering DoorDash and playing video games. But it's not just the brown people taking your jobs.
Yes, it is.
I am not beating the allegations with this one. The brown people are not taking your jobs, okay? It's not their fault. They're just cheaper. Aim upwards. But it's not just the brown people taking your jobs. It's the women, too. Many of the dying industries are male-dominated, while many of the growing industries are female-dominated, and stigma around these jobs being woman jobs usually—
I mean, college campuses in general are just gyno-coded these days. Higher academia is just all leftist sludge. It's not really the best environment if you're a young male. You know, men are getting outcompeted left and right. There's no real vision of the future for them. They don't really know, like, where to turn, who to look up to. It's a problem. But there needs to be ownership of thyself.
Stops men from working them. Women are overwhelmingly entering and excelling in college and the workforce, and they're more flexible about job position and pay, while young men usually hold out for higher paying, higher position jobs that will make them the breadwinner. Because you see—
We call that self-custody. Jordan Peterson speaks of this. You start by cleaning your room.
Despite the world progressing and the role of women changing, the role of men has not changed. Every woman is a feminist until the dinner bill comes. But what's crazy is women might be the ones paying that dinner bill soon. A study from the UK found women aged 22 to 29 earned about 1,000 more annually than men, completely reversing the traditional gender pay gap for this age group. In the US, a 2022 Pew Research
Holy buckets, my bunkers are being busted.
Center analysis showed that women under 30 out-earned men in many metropolitan areas.
Fellas, know your worth, okay? These women should be paying for your dinners. Bring up Pew Research next time you're on a date.
With median earnings at or above 100% of men's in cities like New York and Washington, D.C. That may not sound like a lot of money now, but it's a growing trend that has never been seen before. It's so bad that it's really starting to affect the dating world.
Know your girth, kings.
American women have never been this
is free game, fellas.
Resigned to staying single. They are responding to major demographic shifts, including huge and growing gender gaps in economic and educational attainment, political affiliation, and beliefs about what family should look like. More women than men are attending college, buying houses, and focusing on their friendships and careers over dating and marriage. The challenges of
Dude, that's so Sigma of them.
Finding a romantic partner have been made more complicated by a growing divide in education and career prospects between men and women. In 2024, 40% of American women ages 25 to 34 had a bachelor's degree, according to Pew, compared to 37% of men. A bachelor's degree increases net lifetime earnings by an estimated $1 million. Women are doing comparatively well when it comes to education in their early years in the labor force, and men are doing comparatively badly. Men's economic struggles seem to be having the biggest effect on women without a college degree, whose marriage rates by 45 have plummeted to 52% for those born between 1930 and 1980, according to research by Cornell University. Young men without a degree are struggling so much as a group that there simply aren't enough with steady jobs and earnings for non-college women to date.
So get a degree or learn a trade. I mean, like, what? To join the military. You got like 3 options.
Men are poor, women most affected. Modern women are no longer tied to their gender role. Birth control has freed them from the prison that is their biology, and they are making their own money, sometimes more than men. They can have it all. They can do anything.
Like, actually, being pragmatic about this, okay, you're a capable young person. College, military, trade. Those are the 3 skill paths. I mean, what else is there?
They can be anything. While at the same time, men are still expected to be the provider. And more importantly, many men still want to be the provider, but they can't. And women, though strong and independent, still want men to be the provider.
And as a woman, I want a strong man who is a protector and a provider that will go to war.
The forbidden streamer angle. Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm college educated.
If need be, that will protect me, protect my family, make money.
Basically, men are like, we're worried we're not making enough money. And women are like, we're worried men are not making enough money. Hello class, I am Miss On Head. I am substituting for your teacher today. She was arrested for molesting a 12-year-old boy. So today we are learning about...
That does seem to be happening a lot.
The graph. This is the growth in productivity versus hourly compensation graph. And you can trace almost everything bad happening in society back to this graph. As you can see, productivity increased while compensation barely grew over the same time period. Notice they tracked very closely up until around 1972. Now, what happened around 1972, class? Well, the top marginal tax rate was reduced from 70% in 1964.
On a neutral human level, I want a provider is such a weird thing to say. It implies they won't provide and feel no shame in that lack of accountability and desire for money grubbing. What are you talking about, dude? Think about this in terms of Neanderthal, Ooga Booga caveman optics, okay? You must sling your hairy trad wife over your shoulder and protect her at all costs.
To 50% by 1981. The federal minimum wage began to stagnate. Income going to the 1% rose from 9% in the 60s to 16%.
You know what's crazy? None of this matters to me, to be honest. Like, we're talking in these elusive, vague terms about a bunch of fucking loser slugs. Cry me a fucking river, boo-hoo, all right? God!
In 2023. CEOs also went from making 20 times more than the average worker to
level up!
Making 350 times more than the average worker. Anything else? Anything else happen around 1972? Yes, Jimmy, that is correct. Women joined the workforce around this time, but we don't have to get into that today. The fact is, hard work no longer guarantees success, and the will to work is tied to the fruits of your labor. And young men are fed up today because 90% of that fruit is rotten. Now, is there some truth to modern young people being lazy? Sure, I guess. Every generation had lazy people. And we do basically live in...
This boils down to a skill issue. Don't date fucking losers. But look in the mirror and address if you're a loser yourself. Are you somebody who's attracting other losers? Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Eagles fly alone, ducks fly together. Are you an eagle or a duck?
Late stage mouse utopia, after all. Young people today are faced with 2 options. Revolution or...
If you're a young man and you've exhausted all options, it's time to hag max, okay? Go to your local fucking Thursday ladies night bar and start spitting game and start rizzing actual MILFs, okay? Settle down and just get yourself an old grandma. You know, just because the wrapper's a little wrinkled doesn't mean the candy's not sweet.
Escapism. And a lot of them are choosing escapism. Many have basically given up, but it's not like they didn't try. They tried and they found out the juice just isn't worth the squeeze, whether it's college, dating, or the job market. And in a way, many young men are kind of choosing revolution. The never-before-seen large shift rightward in young men is a small revolution in a way. They're saying, this isn't working for me, this sucks, I hate this, I want something different. This is also manifesting on the Democrat side in general. The young men that are still voting left are voting further left. You saw this recently in New York City, where Zohran Mamdani, a self-proclaimed Democratic socialist, won the Democratic primary. Young men are tired of the establishment, left and right. They're tired of the system, and they want to burn it down and start again. They want something that works for them, because this is not working for them.
If you wake up one morning and you find yourself in a society where 23-year-olds with 4-year college degrees and like initiative who aren't smoking weed every day, if they can't make enough to buy a car, much less a home, much less get married, much less have children, then why should you be surprised when half of them say they prefer socialism?
Huh.
I mean, I don't even want to unpack that one.
Fox News should hire that guy. There is an entire generation of fighting-aged men who are enraged and feel like they have nothing to live.
I always hear this, fighting-aged men. Have you seen the average fucking man, dude? Calling them men is doing so much heavy lifting in the first place. God! As if they're even capable of throwing a fucking punch in the first place. Fighting-aged men.
You should probably start caring. When they saw this airing on Fox News, they saw an angry woman nagging in their faces about how everything wrong in the world is their fault. An all too familiar thing they have been hearing for far too long. But unfortunately for Democrats, nobody under the age of 60 watches Fox News.
Most fucking young men can't even maintain eye contact, let alone shake a hand. So, because they can't instill their will upon the world, they retract inwards, like a micro penis. Okay?
Where the world gets ugly and scary and all my problems are everyone else's.
And they start operating, instead of from abundance, scarcity. And it creates an ugly slug.
So this is not really going to have an effect on young men whatsoever. So keep that $20 million. You might still need it. Unless we get dragged...
Sorry, I'm cooking way too much. I might be overboiled.
To another war in the Middle East. If we do get dragged into another war in the Middle East, young men might come running back to the Democratic Party. Maybe not. Maybe not even a George Bush II electric boogaloo will have men coming back to the Democratic Party. Hopefully we don't find out. And as I'm editing this right now, a lot of young people, even the podcast bros, seem pretty upset about the Epstein thing, but we know Democrats won't take advantage of the situation in order to protect the Clintons.
I mean, unironically, CNN has been doing a better job than Fox News at covering Epstein. So, I want to hear it again. Right-wing grifter Philion. Let's hear it from the peanut gallery. Let's hear it from the soy choir.
So, maybe not even this will save them, but we'll see, I guess. Hold on one second. That's better. So that was that video. What do you think of the male loser epidemic? Do you agree with Tommy Lauren?
I mean, I think there are a bunch of male losers out there. I think there's a bunch of female losers out there. I think there's losers on both sides. None of it really matters or should affect your life. You could look at all the Pew Research data, all the Cornell studies and sources. All that matters is your actual life, okay? Are you doing everything in your power to live your life to the fullest, enjoy your time while you're here, and take care of your loved ones around you? Are you doing that? No? Well, then get to it. You have 3 options. 4 if I'm being generous, okay? College education, military, trade, or streamer.
Is it all men's fault? Leave your comments below. I read them all. I am probably reading them right now as you type them. Wait, don't...
And guess what? This is not, like... I've seen married men with children who are still losers. Okay? I've seen married women with children that are still losers. Losers don't go away. They just remind you how much of a winner that you are becoming. God!
Write that. No, you can't say that. No, it doesn't matter if it's with an A. If you like this video, please subscribe. And if you can,
It's a fucking mindset.
Donate to me on Patreon or leave a little tip with the little tip jar down below. I'll give it a little heart. It helps the channel and I appreciate it so much. And I will see you guys again soon with a new video, a new slop video, because I know you gremlins love that shit. Bye!
So, I mean, if you're not subscribing after that, I don't know. You might be lost in the soy sauce perpetually.